Have you, yes you, wondered about the chemistry of life?
You may even ask, what are chemical reactions in our lives?
Well, this is a process where atoms are rearranged to form one or more substances. The product is formed through breaking or forming chemical bonds. And let me tell you, there's chemical reactions happening all over the world, even inside of us. Our TV programs today are all about helping you understand chemical reactions. Chemical reactions? Lame. Let's skip to another channel, please. Welcome to SciBuzz. This is a channel where you can dial up our number here and ask any question about, well, anything about science. Today's theme is chemistry, and we'll do our best to explain anything that the viewer asks. Oh, here we have our first caller. Good day to our first caller. What will it be?
Oh, hey, I'm not sure if this is in your scope for the channel, but I was wondering about how chemical reactions occur.
Great question. So, chemical reactions require something we call activation energy. As the name suggests, this is the amount of energy required to initiate the reaction. The lower the activation energy, the easier the reaction will take place.
I see. Well, is there any way to know what affects this reaction you talk about?
I'd say yes. Chemical reactions have a reaction rate. It is what determines how fast or slow a new substance is formed. Scientists have found and are still finding factors that affect the reaction rate of chemical reactions. So far, we've learned about four. These are the effects of temperature, concentration, particle size, and catalyst.
Ah, cool. Can you elaborate on those two?
Oh yes, color. Let's begin with the reacting particles of a chemical reaction. The more they collide, the faster the reaction, and vice versa. Starting off with the effect of temperature. It is an increase in temperature that leads to an increase in the reacting particles' average kinetic energy, which causes them to speed up. A decrease in temperature slows down the energy of particles, which slows down the reaction rate of the reaction.
The next would be the effect of concentration. This would be the amount of particles in a given volume. The higher in concentration, the more likely particles are to collide. Now, let's talk about the particle size. If a reactant is broken into smaller pieces or decreases its overall surface area, then it would enable more contact between particles and increase collisions.
And of course, catalysts also affect the rate of reactions. Catalysts are substances that are used to hasten or slow down a reaction without being consumed in the reaction itself. You could say it's just a referee that guides a game. That makes a lot of sense. Let's change the channel. Good day, viewers, and welcome back to Grow Full Muscle. In today's activity, we're observing the reactions involved in the biological processes in our bodies. Let's start with the combination or synthesis chemical reaction. This involves two or more compounds reacting together to form a more complex substance. For those gym bros and scissors out there, did you know that proteins are important in muscle building?
For real?
Yes, for real. Amino acids link together to form complex protein molecules. Another example of synthesis. This is evident when your muscles repair and your hair and nails grow longer. Wow, that's cool to know. Wanna know what's interesting? Food is indeed a great source of energy, but breathing? That's a whole other level. Cellular respiration is the process that cells use to make usable energy in the form of ATP, which is a source of energy we need to basically live and function every day. Typically, we decompose glucose for our energy. Decomposition is the chemical reaction where a complex compound is broken down into its simpler elements. Glucose is broken down into carbon dioxide and water to release energy. Typically, we can observe the evidence of this reaction through formation of gas and evolution of heat. Through the formation of gas, we exhale carbon dioxide and water vapor. Then there's the evolution of heat, where there is a constant maintenance of our body temperature from the energy released during the decomposition. Well, isn't that just interesting news to me? Let's change the channel. What's up, viewers? Welcome back to another day of In the Street. Today, I'm here with my homegirl Jenna from the Too Big Pool industry. She'll be explaining to us the chemical reactions that take place in cleaning pool water.
Yo, I'll be making it clear to all of y'all our swimming is legit safe with our water. Remember chlorine? It's good for disinfecting not just our pool water, but also drinking water. Well, we be making that stuff from single replacement chemical reactions. For our outdoor pools, chlorine, being more active than bromine, can displace bromine from bromide salts in water. Awesome! Too big pools always got something cooking for pool parties. So, how do you guys know that the chemical reaction is taking place? Well, there's a change in color in the pool, of course. This is if the chlorine reacts with copper or iron properties at the pool. Oh, and another example would be seeing a precipitate when balancing the calcium harness of a pool. Precipitate? What? How does that form? When we at Too Big Pool industry treat the waters at pools, we like making the most of our chemical reaction knowledge. When balancing calcium harness of the water, we be keeping in mind the double replacement chemical reaction taking place. During this reaction, the positive ions of two different ionic compounds swap places, typically forming a precipitate, a gas, or salt and water. What we're doing is removing heavy metal ions or hardening agents like calcium and magnesium from the water by adding chemicals that form insoluble precipitates. And from that, there's usually some cloudiness in the pool and later a solid or precipitate settles in the bottom. Whoa! I totally need to get your services someday, sis. Why, of course. Just find us here in our website down below and... Wow, I now know how to take care of my body and who to call when my pool gets all nasty then. I gotta admit, learning about chemical reactions has helped me understand myself and the environment I live in better.